Hello and welcome back. My name is Lee and I wanted to show you guys what I've been up to in my traveler's notebook recently. I started playing around with some new journaling techniques and kind of getting out of my comfort zone, and I thought I would share with you guys what's been happening. So in my traveler's notebook, I have 3 sections. I have my reading journal, I have my planner. This is the Sterling Ink Common Planner. And then this is like my diary journal catch-all. And just so you know, I have put washi tape over my family's faces just for our privacy's sake. So if you notice that, that's why. But opening it up, I was starting out trying to be very minimalistic with my stickers. So I would do like a little bit of washi, stickers, page flags, very basic. And you can see that was kind of the theme at first. It was mostly writing heavy. And I do love this, but I wanted to start capturing more memories and not just doing like little decorations. So this is the first thing I actually stuck in here, aside from just cute stickers. This is the label off the box that my ink came in, my new fountain pen ink for my Ren pen. And I stuck that in there. I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun. I want to stick more things in here. And I had another plain page. So this is where I started getting a bit more creative. We took a day out a couple weekends ago. Me, my fiance, and our son, we went shopping and walked around Main Street and we got lunch. So I just cut out little pictures of us and popped them in here. These are photo paper with the Kodak mini printer. I like it, but the photo paper is very thick. So I did print up this one on just a regular sticker printer paper, so it's a bit thinner. And I think I might do that more in the future, just because it's like half the weight of the photo paper, and I don't want this to get too crazy bulky. So this was a really fun one to do. Then I ripped up the Earl Grey wrapper that my tea came in, and I stuck this in here, and it said, "Take this moment just for you," and I thought that was kind of cute. And then I printed out some more pictures of my journal, and this is my kitty sleeping in her little bed. I have it on their cat tree, so it's like a little taco, and she just plops right in the middle, and she loves it. This page I'm very proud of. So this is from my Pinterest vision board for 2025. And I wanted to print it out and put it in a physical form, but it still has that kind of Pinterest feel to it. And a couple things that I really want to, manifest for the year is, one, a house. I highly doubt we're gonna buy a house this year, but wouldn't it be amazing? I'm putting it out there. But I would love a house. I would love a garden. I would love a place to keep all of my books because my bookshelf is way too full. I want to spend more time with family, I want to go camping and adventure, and I want to work on my mindfulness as well. So all of these are just really nice reminders of the things that I want to attract in my life. This next page was more just kind of a cute stickers again, but I'm getting a little bit more comfortable putting bigger things in here. This page, we went and got ramen one night, and this was on the bag, and I thought it was so cool. So I immediately got my grubby little crafter hands on it and just tore it off and put it in here. This is a picture of my son feeding our cat a little bit of his dinner. I thought that was hilarious. And then this is my fiance holding our other cat, but he put her in our son's sleep sack, and she was not happy about it. I was wondering what was taking him so long because I asked him to go get our son's pajamas ready. And he's like, 1 second. And then he walks out with the cat like this, and we just started busting up. It was pretty funny. And this is where I'm caught up as of today. I still have more pages to fill in, but writing-wise, this is where I'm at. This is the label off of some bread flour that I got. I have these big plastic containers that I fill up with all of my flour so it stays fresh for longer. And I was like, I'm gonna rip off the label from that. It was pretty cute. This is a picture of my fiance and I from our engagement shoot. And then this was from the top of that picture, but I cut it off, and I have this little window with a cute quote. It says, "No matter how many miles divide us, I am at peace knowing my roads will eventually meet yours as long as I keep driving." I think it's extra special, that quote, to me, because we were in a not long-term, we've been in a long-term relationship. We were in a long-distance relationship for like 2 years while he was up at college. We've known each other since middle school, went to different high schools, reconnected in college as friends, and then a year after being friends, we started going out, but then he transferred 12 hours away to a different college, and we kept our relationship going through all of that. He moved back home, did more college, and now here we are, engaged, living together with our son. So that was kind of special for me. This next page I have a love-hate with. I love this side. I think it's very cute, very soft girl aesthetic. This side I did like, but I don't really like what I did with the frames on these. Sometimes less is more, and I need to remember to just like stop sometimes, and I don't need to go too crazy with decorations. But I ordered some stuff off of ThredUp, and I'm really excited for it to come in the mail because I'm trying to develop more of a capsule wardrobe, which I might show you guys more stuff later that I'm putting into my commonplace, but for now, I was just really excited to get these in the mail, so I cut these out and stuck them in here, and I'm gonna play with my new clothes when they come in. This next one is another vision board. Like I said, I really want us to buy a house. We've been saving up for a long time, but with my son, I am not working as much. I have to be home with him, and so I've taken quite a pay cut, which is fine. He's worth it. It's part of the season of life we're in right now. But I am still dreaming of our home one day. So I went on Pinterest and I just found some kind of vague ideas of what I would like our house to look like. I want a lot of greens and earth tones, and I really want that like cozy vibe. Like, I don't want to have one of those houses where you feel like you can't sit on the couch without getting it dirty. I want our house to feel lived in and very inviting and comforting. So lots of like green tones, lots of natural textures, natural woods, things like that. I would love a laundry room. Right now we have laundry on site at our apartment complex, but I have to walk quite a ways back and forth to do laundry. And I can only really do that while my son's napping or if he's like with me in the carrier, and it just makes my everyday chores a little bit more inconvenient. It is nice that we have laundry on site. I am grateful for that. But when we have a house and we have a laundry room, I will be ecstatic. Another thing is I really want a dishwasher. We obviously don't have a dishwasher now, and I wash everything by hand. I've actually never owned a dishwasher at any house I've lived in growing up or anything. And I would love that modern convenience of a dishwasher. I would also love to grow our own food in a big garden. That's like my big thing when looking at houses is I go past all of the pictures and I go straight to the backyard because I want a big backyard to totally transform and have a little bit of that homestead self-sufficient life while still being in the city. And the rest of the house you can renovate, you can repaint, it'll be fine. But the garden and the outdoor space is really the selling point for me. I'd also love to have my own workspace. Right now, I do all of my crafting, all of my filming from our dining room table. And this is actually a tray I put on top of the dining room table because I don't like the color of our table. We got it for free when we first moved out, so there's no reason to replace it. It's perfectly fine. I just don't like the color of it. And my fiance made this tray for us to like eat on the couch or bring in bed or whatever, and I love the color of this, so that's my background. But to have my own workspace, like an office study, would be really cool. My dream is to have a spare room, like either a like extra living room or a sunroom or something where my fiance and I can both have our setups, because I love being in the same room with him even if we're doing two different things. Like he'll be on his computer playing video games with his boys or, you know, whatever it is he wants to do. And I'll be in here either reading or crafting or sewing, but just having him right there will, hey, come check out this video real quick, or oh, by the way, did you hear about this thing? Like, just really short conversations, but like we're in the same room. It's really nice. And I don't want to move into a house and then hang out in two totally separate areas and not see each other, because he's at work all the time and our time together is precious to me. So I really want to have a nice office study space that we could share. And that's basically what I've been putting in this notebook. If we go back to my reading journal, I've done a couple new things in here. So the last book I read for 2024 was Two Twisted Crowns. Love it. Absolutely amazing. Highly recommend the series. The first one is One Dark Window. I won't splurge too much on this, but it was such a cozy read in my opinion. So I started my books for 2025 area right here. These are all the ones I've read or DNF'd. So I started the Shadow and Bone series, and I really had to like push myself to read through this series, and I eventually didn't even finish Ruin and Rising. I started it, I got like 2 chapters in, I'm just like, I can't, I'm sorry. Sometimes a book doesn't resonate with you, and that's okay. And I wanted to enjoy my reading and not feel like I was doing schoolwork and forcing myself to go through something I wasn't enjoying. So I DNF'd that. I made a note of it up here. And then I started Quicksilver, which I just finished, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning. And it was so good. Oh my gosh. It was so good. I still need to write my review on it, but let me go through my pages real quick. Shadow and Bone, I liked it. Spoiler, I'm not happy with the love interest. I guess that's not much of a spoiler. I won't spoil too much. But I'm not happy with the love interest. I'm not happy with the way the author went about things. It just felt a little misleading and then disappointing. So that was how I felt. Siege and Storm, I still need to write my review on. This one was okay, but once again, it just kind of felt like nothing really happened, or what did happen could have been summarized or condensed. There was a new character that was introduced. He was like a pirate kind of dude, and he was cool. I thought he was funny, but yeah, just wasn't a big fan. And then Quicksilver. Oh my gosh. So this book, it very much reminds me of A Court of Thorns and Roses in a way, especially with the male character. He's fae, she's human. He has like this dark magical power, and she has this other magical power. I won't reveal too much, but there's a lot of things very reminiscent of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is fine. It's a good book. I really enjoyed this though. There was just enough like intrigue and magic and action and suspense. It had so much going for it in the plot of what's gonna happen next. I really enjoyed it. A few things I found a little predictable. The end, I won't spoil anything, but the end, at first I was surprised, and then I was like, okay, I kind of saw that coming, and then I was surprised again, and the book ended. And now I have to wait, I think November is when the next book's coming out. So man, what a ride. I will say this was a very spicy book, so if you're not into that kind of romance, just a heads up, steer clear of this one maybe. But if you do like more spicy romance, this one was very good. Not just for the romance, I like the plot, but I do want to put that out there that it does have spice in it. And I'm almost halfway through this reading journal, but in the back here, I have, let me show you. I have these stickers for The Love of Books by Casthetic Plans. I hope I say that right. And they're beautiful, don't get me wrong. I love these stickers. They're very nice, but I am realizing that they're not really my vibe. Purple is not my favorite color, for one thing, with this page. And I don't really love using stickers with people in it. It kind of, I don't know, it feels weird to me because they're not even a fictional person that was in a story. They're just a character, which I don't know. It's amazing. I'm just not a big fan of sticker people. And I like the scenery, I like the little things, but these have the white outline, and I really am finding I prefer more of the washi stickers that blend in with the rest of the page. But I don't want these stickers to go to use, and they are gorgeous. So I decided I was just gonna stick a bunch of things down so that I can have the stickers in my reading journal, but they're not really part of anything. They're not part of a spread. And I'm sure there might come a day where I'll read a book that has characters that look like these people. But for right now, I am kind of in this use it up era of my journaling where I want to use my stickers. I don't like having a bunch of stuff all the time, or like half used things. You know, you got half of the stickers used, half of them you aren't. So I literally will rip an entire page out of the book, use up every single sticker on that page, and then toss it so I don't have a bunch of odds and ends laying around. So I just went through and I did a couple little fun spreads. This was really fun to do because it was very creative, it was very freeing, and just whatever. There wasn't too much stress behind it. This page, if you can hear, is very thick because I had done this purple spread in a different way, and I hated it. I hated it so much. It was very disjointed. It was kind of just, things were stuck on, but I didn't layer very well. Like you can see I have layering here, layering over here, and then these little feathers. The other one was very ugly in my opinion, so I taped it together, or I glued it together, and I redid the spread elsewhere. But so now I just have one very thick page. And at the back I have my pen test, but this was fun to do. I'm glad that I did it. And I'm still gonna work on using up these stickers, but having the option to just fill up a couple back pages for the fun of it was really nice. I will probably do another one again soon. Otherwise, some of the like square stickers that are in here, I feel like I can use these in my planner maybe at some point, or maybe I'll use them for frames in my journal. But another thing I have been mulling over is, if you've been watching my channel for a while, now let me turn to a pretty page we can look at. This one, because I love it. If you've been watching my channel, I've been talking about how I'm really trying to pare down and simplify. And with that, I love having this reading journal because it's a collection of all these books. It's very specific, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I should just put everything into one journal, kind of like a bullet journal type thing. Only in the sense that when I'm looking back chronologically, I can see, you know, a journal entry and then a book that I read and then another journal entry. And I know at what point in time I was reading that book or looking into that article, like with my commonplace. And I kind of like that idea for record keeping sake, because another thing is if I have, you know, multiple journals going at one time, when it comes time to archive them in a binder, the timeline is going to be a little spread out among them. I have that in other journals where I have like a little bit left and then I pick up another journal and then in between I try a different size and then I go back to that journal. That was when I used to do bullet journaling. And now when I go to flip through those old journals, it's very disorienting because it'll stop and then start again at another timeline. And I don't know, I want to just keep everything in one thing. That'll also be nice because then I will only have these 2 books in my journal, and that'll make my travel journal a bit lighter. I have also been playing with the idea of trying out the Traveler's Company cover, because the cover I'm using right now, I got it of Amazon, and while it's fine, it works well. It's very big, which I do like the ability to have so many journals in one space. Because it's big, it's very heavy, And as I've been adding more paper and little things, it's just getting heavier. And I'm trying to simplify. I'm trying to pare down. I'm trying to lighten the mental load. So if I can get down to just this, I think that'll fit into the Traveler's Company journal a bit nicer. So that is my current goal, my current thoughts. But otherwise, I'm having a lot of fun giving myself the freedom to change up my journaling style. I feel like in the beginning, in these pretty pages, I do this often, where I tell myself I'm gonna make it super aesthetic, super cohesive. It's just gonna be one color palette all throughout, so when I flip through it, it's gonna be Pinterest, Instagram worthy. But the reality is I'm not doing this for Pinterest or Instagram. I'm doing it for my memories and for fun. And I'll keep doing these spreads when it's fun for me, but otherwise giving myself the freedom to make a Pinterest board or other more creative journal spreads, I'm giving myself the permission to be more creative and not put myself into a box. Because that's very easy for me to do sometimes, is to say, I'm gonna do this one thing and nothing else, and then there's no point. I just went in the room to let my cat out and my son is awake. So I think we're gonna leave that here. But yeah, I am having a lot of fun in my journals, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. I would love to hear what you're working on in your journals at the moment and how your system is going for you. But I will see you in the next one.